Good morning again. Now it's time for our writing workshop that we're working on. Remember, yesterday you were going to pick an animal to write about and this setting where you want that to take place. So we're just going to learn how to build your story so that by the end of the week you have this amazing narrative that you're going to be working on. You're going to publish it and draw a cover for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, but as usual, we're going to take a look at someone else's writing so you can kind of get an idea of how this works. So take a close look here at this one. This is called Learning to Roar, and this is by Wendy Rivas, and she wrote this story. And it says, Teo the tiger was just a cub. He enjoyed playing in the jungle. One day, Teo's mother taught him to roar. She told Teo to take a deep breath. Teo did what his mother said. He took a deep breath and opened his mouth. Roar. So that's a story that this student wrote about a tiger, and Wendy named her tiger Teo. So Teo, tiger. And I want you to think about, what did Teo learn to do? There's something that happened here. He learned to roar. So she picked something. One of the things that I like what she did is she had a tiger. So she named her tiger something that begins with the letter T, has the same sound. So that's a fun story, or fun thing to read when you're reading Teo tiger, or Teo the tiger, Teo the tiger. So I want you to think about your story and your person, what you can name them. So I went ahead and took a look at writing a story of my own. And so I'm just going to give you an idea. So this is something I don't want you to pick, but if I were writing a story, I love pandas. I love watching them at the zoo. I love how sweet and kind they look, and they just look cute and fluffy. So I wanted to write my story about an animal, the panda. And so I named my panda Penny. Now I want to read ahead and wrote out my story. So the title of my story would be, I'll have to get my marker right here in my green marker, and I'm going to write the title of the story, Penny Visits Otto. Presto magic. Did you see that? Penny. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going to write the word visits. Do you remember this word? O-T-T-O. Visit is one of our vocabulary power words, so I decided to use that in my story. So you're going to be working on this in your writer's notebook on page 92 and 93. You're going to take a look at that. You're going to have your story map there, and you're going to build it like that. So, but remember, we're just taking notes on here. We don't have to be full sentences here, but I'm going to talk about what happens at the beginning. So my panda's named Penny, and I decided the setting where she would live would be in the forest. So Penny Panda lives in the forest. I drew a picture and I just wrote it. It's not a sentence, I just wrote it. Then at some point, she's going to visit her friend Otto the ox. So here's my ox, not bad, right? And the notes I took was visits her friend Otto the ox, and they watch clouds. So she went to visit, and I chose something for them to do together. Maybe they could have a picnic or play tag. I chose that they were going to watch clouds. And then at the end of my story, very simply, I have Penny goes back home. So here's Penny Panda, and here's the house that she lives in back in the forest. So I want you to organize your thoughts that way into three. I don't know if you noticed that here in the end, I said Penny goes back home, and I'll try to use that in my story too, because back is one of our words to know, our sight words, that's right. So today I want you to take a look at your writing notebook on page 93. I have it listed right over here. It's in your writer's notebook, because this is, I'm gonna have to see the work that you do in here. So it looks like this, just like what I did on my chart, and you're gonna fill this in the beginning, middle, end with the title. So think about it. If you have questions about what to do, you can give me a call or text me, or you can ask your parents for help. But we're just gonna organize, because after we plan it, like we did yesterday with our characters and our setting, now it's time to organize it and begin building our story. So go ahead and take care of that on page 93. And you can use these notes, remember, that you did here. Sorry, this is what you did yesterday. You got to, in planning your story. So if you need to look back at that, you can do that as well. All right, so have fun writing your story.